Good morning, fellow modelers. This project's about the F-18 Blue Angels plane. I really like the livery on this, and being an aerobatics display team, each plane is obviously absolutely immaculate, so I won't be doing much weathering on the model. I've completed the model, ready for painting, and going to try using the Gloss Clear, which a lot of the car modelers seem to use, and get a really glossy, glassy, crystal clear coat. So I think that would look pretty good on this model. So that's the plan. Let's see how we go. The first thing to do is to clean it up with some isopropyl alcohol and then get some primer on it. Okay, so the model's been primed and there is a little bit of a problem. The surface feels quite rough, and I've read up that I think this is because having too high air pressure on the airbrush and being too far away from the model when airbrushing has caused this. And you can even see, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, there's almost like fur sort of built up. But I've got some Tamiya finishing abrasive, and using the 1200, just a very light rub. I mean, that's I've rubbed that, and that's quite smooth, but here it feels quite rough, and just a light run over with this sandpaper, and then that feels absolutely smooth. So I'll go over the whole model and just give it a very light rub down just to get this rough texture. That there feels really rough. Just to get it smoothed down, ready for the next part of the process. few coats later of the blue, we've got a decent coverage. And now I'm going to do the wingtips and the tail tips. And the instructions recommend 2:1 ratio of these two yellows. So that's what we've got. So we'll mix those up and get the wingtips painted. So once it's dry, we're going to just paint over the aerofoils there, just to continue the A and the S. I think that's a lot better than putting the tiny decals on there. Okay, we're getting there. This decal is going to go on the top of the fuselage there. But for the parts to come through, we're just going to have to cut a couple of little slots. Okay, that's now going to line up. Okay, finally we can apply some MIG Ultra Decal Fix just to get it hopefully to conform exactly to the shape of the fuselage. Now just sort of blending it. Okay, fellow modelers, we've got to the stage. We're going to now try this gloss clear coat. We've got 3 separate pipettes because there's 3 elements to mix together. And the ratio is 3:1:1. This one is to make it a bit more fluid in the airbrush. So we'll mix that up and give the model a clear coat and see how it turns out. Okay, the final verdict. I think some parts of the model have come out really okay. Like the nose here is nice and even. But other parts, I think, weren't perhaps smooth enough. They look a bit rough. And I think the clear coat is almost like a primer. It shows every little blemish up. So I think if I was to do this again, I would definitely try and get everything a lot smoother before applying the clear coat. I mean, as you can see, the nose is nice and smooth. I'm pleased with that, but the wing here, it looks a bit rough. But overall, a good bit of learning.